So tell me about change. Where do you stand with change?
Okay, so here's where I stand with change. Never been a big fan. I'm not. But every time I am forced to make a change, it always ends up being a good experience.
Because when you force yourself to do hello, I'm here. When you do things differently, this is my cameraman. This is my cameraman. Oh. That's my cameraman. Oh, it's green. Should we run? Mm-hmm. Let's run. When I actively started to think about change was when a friend of mine decided that every single day she was going to do something different for an entire year. And I am someone who's really good at change, but this friend of mine brought special attention to that idea for me, because changing every single day for an entire year, it's not that easy. That's when I started to think about change. The problem doing things differently, that they're different, that you're not used to it. That's the whole point. But the problem with that is you have to actually apply yourself to your day. I want to go somewhere different. And luckily the day is different because it's raining, which is abnormal, here in LA at least. So it is a different day given the weather. So let's see what we come up with. Yeah, so the downside of doing things differently, that you need to be specific. So we went to the other side of town because there's a new cafe that opened and we got an invitation for a free coffee. So we figured, why not? But someone forgot to check the date. Anyhow, so let's check out that new cafe, not free coffee. We changed our mind again. See, this is the good point about change. When you set out to change, whenever you change, you feel good about it, as opposed to, should I change? But the point of change is changing. So anyway, so we just found another place that seems like a more interesting cafe. So we are going to that one. Do you guys think this is like an LA problem? Well, the point is not the cafe. The point is to do things differently. This is cool. It's like a small Grand Central. Nobody's here, but it's very cool. So if there were people here, it would be a good atmosphere.
Yeah, it's really super cute.
Yeah, we would have never, ever came this way.
No?
Huh?
We wouldn't have. I mean, that goes to show you. You decide to just change up your routine one day and look what you find.
Who's the master of changing up routines?
Definitely not me.
You happy?
I'm finally calm.
It's a pizza. Don't tell anyone. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Oh.
This is Meyer Lemon pizza. Oh my god, this is good. Wow.
Sharing is caring.
Alright, here it is. So this is one of the best pizzas I've ever had. It inspired us to think about starting to make our own pizzas. Now, you might be making your own pizza already, but we have not. If you had $500 million on your bank account, because right now that's not the case, would you do anything different right now?
This moment right now?
Yeah.
No.
Would you had a different morning?
Probably not.
Therefore, money is optional. When you're willing to look at things differently and change up your days, it becomes so exciting that you literally can't think of a better life. That is my experience.
I agree with you. Like, it's just an interesting way of talking about money, the way you put that. Because, you know, we think of money as like a problem solver and a a protector. You know, we can do whatever we want. We can live more comfortably. We don't have to have maybe as many worries and concerns that we have. But when you put it your way, like, you can just experience an amazing life regardless of how much money you have. But I don't know if maybe that's a little pretentious too.
I don't think it's pretentious. I mean, after all, it is still a small pizza and it was $11, right? But let's say, relatively to your capabilities, you spend as much as you feel like this is really nothing for you. And then you find activities which you can do within that budget. But the experience of the difference is gonna be so uplifting that you really feel that you got your money well worth it. Like, this experience really gave me such an uplift. I feel so inspired and so charged up. And it's a freaking pizza. I was like, okay, let's go. And I know my wife would like to spend the rest of the afternoon right here.
No one said the rest of the afternoon. I just got my coffee. I just wanted to settle in for a second, enjoy it. That's the European in me. I'm not running around with my coffee everywhere.
Okay, yes, but today's about change, so let's change up the scenery. Okay, so you said that we could have sat there for a while.
We could have sat at the cafe a little bit longer.
Okay, so this is what's interesting. This past year, the COVID year, taught us all that it's a big change. But in many regards, probably people had the least amount of change from day to day. Because every day was pretty much the same. You were stuck in your house,
bored in the house, bored in the house, bored,
doing the same exact things that normally you do. So it's a big change on a global level and on national level, but it became very mundane from day to day. When you think about change, the weird thing is, we human beings in our modern world, we are controlling our environment so much that we control our schedule. We meant to change with the seasons, change with the environment, change based on what's around us. But instead of change, we started to regulate our lives with our schedules. And that provided less variety. And human beings are curious creatures. We did not leave Africa, and we didn't spread all around the world from the most diverse environments so we can have exactly the same things. We are wired to look for change, look for difference. Therefore, if you don't bring in regular change and difference in your life, you're not acting on your most basic instincts. So play around with that. That doesn't mean you need to spend a lot of money. It doesn't mean you need to do major changes. Little changes. Bring it into your everydays and see what it does to you. It will bring up that childlike curiosity and that childlike inspiration about everydays. After all, from 0 to 6, kids are very charged up and they are curious. And only after 6, when people start to get more mundane and not so energetic. So what is the difference? Well, the first 6 years, there are a lot of changes that takes place in people's lives. And after that, you kind of get used to things. The schedule, school, all of those regular things start to show up in your life. And I have a feeling that might have something to do with sapping people's energies. So if you artificially bring in change, since we live in somewhat of an artificial world, you can reverse time. You can re-excite yourself. Who holds the camera like that? Like, why are you crossing your arms? You can also...
Because I was holding it like this.
Okay.
And this is the easiest thing to do, because you told me to make it smooth. So this is smooth.
Okay.